Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. Just showing this real quick. A lot of you asked me to do an update once I got her on a canvas. So this is a canvas that I did, and I glued her on here after I laid down some black and white napkins. I'm obsessed with napkins lately. Anyway, and so I put some green in her eyes. It is from Delta, and it's called green tea. So I'm putting that in her eyes. I want to give her a little bit of a green tint. So I did spray her with fixative, any kind of fixative that you have. Glued her down on top of this. I like the background, although I'm gonna, put something on there, a little probably gray to make her pop a little bit more. As you can see, I put some white in there. And that, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to just lay some of this green around her face just to add a little bit more of that color. I'm going to leave the black as much as I can, but these are just little highlights that I'm going to lay. And you can always just wipe off if you get it on there, but just a little bit. I'm not wanting her to be totally green. I love the black and white, but I want it to lighten up just a little bit, like on her nose here. And I'm going to leave that fairly thick. Now you can see her eyes are dark. I might leave her eyes dark. I don't know. And over here, I want it to be darker over here, but I'm just going to lay a little bit of this in here, of this green, because it'll give it the green tinge, but it'll lighten up a little bit of that cheek area, but yet still be dark over here, if that makes sense. And then I just tap it a little bit to blend it. Not a big deal. You can see here, when I cut her out, I didn't cut her face out, as finely. I'm having a hard time with my hands, so, so I'm just going to go over that with some black marker. I love Faber-Castell because you can use them, you can kind of mush them around and play with them, but when they dry, they are permanent. It's India ink, basically, in your marker. So I thought I'd come on and just do a few more. I don't necessarily want the face to be so blown out. So what I might do is, now that I put that on there, I might go in with light and kind of block that out a little bit and then go over. I don't mind if the black marker goes into whatever I'm going to do there, because it just adds some. I'm all about the shading anymore. I love the shading. And I love, a couple of you asked me what I mean by blowing out. And what I mean is how I did on this face. I blew out the face. And let me show you. I blew the face out because when I wet it, which was my intent, when I wet it with the fixative, it kind of activated that. Oh, wait, my cat's in here. I'm so sorry. It activated the water soluble. What are you doing in here? Were you hiding? Come on. Come on. You going to go out? There you go. My little cat. It activated the water-soluble pencil, whatever water-soluble pencil you use. It could be Crayola, watercolor pencil, whatever. That's all that means. And it just blew it out a little bit, which kind of gave me my shading that I wanted. As you can see, it kind of just shaded, a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit of my vintage, which is the Americana chalky finish, which I love. I am in love with this paint. I can't even tell you. And let me tell you this. It is cheap. All right? It's like $1 or something like that, a couple of dollars, not even, for it. I am going to get some and do a giveaway because I am in love with this paint. I can't stand how much I'm in love with this paint, but what I'm going to do is do this vintage color. This is one of my favorite colors. I get so hooked. I don't know if you guys do, but I get so hooked on certain colors. Like I have a thing I'm going to do a video with, oh, don't spill the chalk paint, Cal. Where I'm going to stay in the same kind of color palette, which you'll see coming up in my video for 29 Faces. But you see how I'm like cutting that out a little bit with this color? and it just gives that definition of more, you can kind of see it, because she's like she's a 3/4 face and set basically. Um, you know. So I'm just gonna run this, and I don't have to do 2 coats. This paint covers very good. Not to mention, if it didn't, I wouldn't care, because it's a mixed media that I'm doing. I'm not going in for, obviously, I'm not going in for the beauty. Although I find her beautiful, other people might not. And that's all I'm doing, because that's really where I couldn't cut. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I could have if I took a minute, but my hands are hurting, and I just, one of the things that I try to tell you guys, or stress, or whatever, is that, I have a lot of hand issues. I have a lot of hand pain with the RA and the fibro and whatnot, and sometimes I can't be as perfect as I want to be. I don't try to be perfect. I just do what I do. But I want to show you guys to do the same thing. If I would sit here and think, oh, this isn't perfect, it's not, you know what I mean, then I would never do anything. So why not just do it and go with it? This could have really ruined my day. But all I said was, "What, you know what? I'm gonna take the paint, whatever paint you have. You don't have to use chalk paint, and I'm gonna put it there, and that'll fix that. That'll sculpt it a little bit more, and I don't have to feel bad that I couldn't cut it out. Don't beat yourself up. I can't stand that. I can't stand it. A lot of you write me and you beat yourselves up, and I can't. I just can't stand it, because there's no point if you don't create. If you sit and wait, it's like this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you a little Kelly story. I am somebody who is obsessed with perfume. I have been since forever, since I was little. And I'm not talking just body sprays that you get at Bath and Body Works, which I love them too. I'm talking about going to Macy's and buying very expensive perfume. Love it. I love it. I can never have enough. But the problem is that because there was a time in my life when I had quote unquote money, I could do that. As I got ill and things happen in life, I don't have that kind of money anymore. So then what I began to do was I wouldn't use them. I'd smell them because I just love the smells, but I wouldn't use them because I didn't want to run out of them not to have them. And I do that with my art supplies still a little bit to this day, although I'm getting much better about it. But then I wouldn't use them. And then a day would come when I would think, "Ugh, you know what, we're going to go out to dinner, or I'm going to the doctor. You know what, I'm going to wear it." I would spray it on me, and it would be skunky. And I'm sure if you've all had skunky perfume or something to that effect, you know what I'm talking about. And then you can't use it at all. So this whole freaking bottle goes to waste. And it finally hit me. Don't worry about, in a year when you're not going to have it. Enjoy it now, because it goes bad. And a lot of my art supplies, no lie, and you'll see me, I've explained this a lot. I have a lot of Golden brand paints and a lot of the artist Liquitex, and I have very, expensive paint, and a lot of their what do you call them? Like, gessos and molding, but all that kind of stuff. And it was at a time when I was selling a lot. I was selling a lot of my art, and I was selling it for good prices. Um, and I was using only that to paint for when I sold. Um, and then life happens, and again, no money, money gets a little tighter and this and that. And then I find myself not using it as much because I'm saving it because it's expensive and I don't want to use it. Well, what happens? You go to use your molding paste. You think, all right, you know what? I'm just going to use it. You go and open it and you use it, and it's rock hard and it's not usable. And I've wasted all that paint. Now, I would feel bad using Golden and all that kind of stuff, because I don't promote that. I think you can use whatever you can afford. And if you can afford Golden, bless your heart, I think you're awesome. If you can only afford ceramic coat or whatever, bless your heart, I think you're awesome. I don't think it matters what you use, but I would feel bad using it. I don't anymore, because you know what I mean? You can use whatever you have. And I don't want it to go to waste, so I use it. Lately, though, because I'm obsessed with deco art products, I'm using, Americana and that kind of stuff a lot. But I still have my Titan Buff, this big, humongous bottle I probably bought 6 years ago, way before my son passed on. And not way, because he's going to be gone 5 years. But and you can see, I mean, I've recently started using it, but I got a lot in there. I could pass this on to several people in little containers, to share the love. So that's what I try to do. I got to get more containers to do it, but I like when I do giveaways or that, I like giving some of that stuff in the giveaways just as an extra, throwing it in there for people so everybody can try it. Because like I said, I have a lot. If you saw all the stuff I had, and I really got to just start pulling it down and using it a little bit more. Anyway, point is, if you wait to do art, or you wait to use your perfume, or you wait to use something that you got but you feel, you want to save it, it's going to be bad before you know it, or you'll never get it done. And what's the point? When my son died, I learned life does not wait for you, honey. It just happens. And why not live each day to the best that you can? You know what? I have really bad days like everybody else, and I have really good days like everybody else. And you just have to embrace it and rock it and own it and love it. And if the people around you, and I know a lot of you have issues with people around you not accepting the fact that you are chronically ill, not respecting the fact that you're chronically ill. This is turning into a vlog. You know what? You cannot live your life according to other people. You have to own it. And if you're having a bad day, I tell you guys all the time, if you're having a bad day, don't feel bad about it. Go lay down if that's what you have to do. Stay in bed. Have a little, I've done videos, and I'm going to redo a video on little bag that you can pack that is art accessible when you're having a bad day and can't move off the couch or can't move out of your bed. Stuff that you can take that, if you can sit up a little bit or you want to do a little drawing or something that you can do. It's all in how you look at everything. And look, I've had a hellacious life. I've had many situations happen to me in my life, and they continue to happen to me. And I don't have any rhyme or reason to it. I just know that I have to be the best that I can be. And some days that's not good because I'm not always happy and nice and positive. But for the most part, I am. And I love, one of the main things I love is helping people. I can't say it enough. I love helping people. And as screwed up as I am, and for all of you out there who want to start YouTube channels or have started YouTube channels and are trying to build your fan base, or whatever way is proper to say it, I don't know, people get angry either way. All I can tell you is to keep doing it, because you will. You will do it. If this is something that you love, just keep doing it, because I am prime example. I wake up, I go on my YouTube, I make videos. I try to every day, but and I'm on my way to 14,000 people who actually subscribed by their own will to my channel. I started out with nobody, and I started and I just did it. And I know a lot of people have done the same thing. So do it. I'm not always clear in the head. I'm not always spot on perfect, but I can show you what I do and try to encourage you. I love helping people who, go through depression or other mental illnesses, or starting out. And there are so many of us on the YouTube, on the internet, that are the same way as me. And I don't get offended if people don't learn from me or don't dig me. I say, hey, guess what? You know what? There's me and there's a million other people that you can learn from. And I say, go for it. Always have always be open to everybody teaching you, because what I might not be able to teach you, somebody else will. And if somebody else can't, I might be able to. And that's why I love this little art community on here. I have found the best friends and acquaintances and people on here who are so loving and supportive and love me no matter what, and I love them no matter what. And that is what you have to focus on. You cannot focus on the bad, because if you focus on the bad, that's unfortunately all you're going to see. I could sit here and cry every single day of my life. I've had people emailing me, and it's been, and I was going to talk, all right. I was going to talk about it in my vlog the other day, and I didn't, because I was very emotional, because I got a lot of people, I say a lot, probably 5 people who had emailed me either on Facebook or in my email, asking why I have not done a video for suicide prevention month. And the other day was suicide prevention day and whatnot. And it bothered me, because I don't want to be the face of suicide because my son took his life. I've talked about it many times, and I'll probably talk about it many more. It's not that I'm avoiding it. It's not that I'm not talking about it. Um, I try to I try to live now in the mindset of helping other people. And whether that's people who are mentally ill, whether that's people who are chronically ill, whether that's people who are just having a bad day, whether that's people who are new to art. I mean, it runs the gamut, but is that the right word? Gamut, gambit? I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Runs the spectrum, maybe. Um, I've worked, I worked at the school here, my daughter's school for a few years with autistic children and children who have special needs children. It was my favorite thing to do. Um, and I just, I just love what I do. And I love you guys messaging me and supporting me. And I love supporting you guys. And I don't know. I just emotionally going through Facebook, seeing everybody's posts about suicide and the mental illness, like just all that kind of stuff sometimes triggers me. And when it triggers me, I'm not able to really speak about anything. Um, yesterday, yesterday I was sitting here and all of a sudden, and if I start getting very emotional, I'm sorry, but all of a sudden the other day I'm sitting here and I'm doing doing art and whatnot and straightening up a little bit in my art room and I hear this big noise and all of a sudden a couple minutes later you hear all these ambulances and cops and sirens and helicopters above our house and everything. And it made me sick. It triggered me because it reminded me of when my son passed. So it triggered me and I had to leave my art room. And I wasn't able to really function the rest of the day. So it, from I don't know. I don't want to be judged for maybe not. I mean, there's no saying that tomorrow I won't speak about it. Um, but I do in my heart feel okay because I've gotten message after message from young people and from older people who message me who either have tried to take their life or have thought about it or are having a hard time, people who are chronically ill who feel like they're lost and they don't have anybody who understands, and I email them back, and those are my priority. So if you email me and I don't email you back right away, understand I'm trying. I'm one person. I get a lot, and but I do try to make them priority because it's important. And if I can help one person, when that person writes me back and says, "Gosh, that makes so much sense," or "I feel so good being able to write you," and whatever. So things trigger me, and sometimes with everybody on Facebook, rightfully so, and I'm thrilled that they do it, but they post suicide stuff. It triggers me, and I can't do anything to change that in myself. Um, everybody wants to help the situation, and if for something to trigger me, I just have to remove myself from that situation. It's not anybody's fault. It's just what it is. Um, so I always feel like I'm somebody who in life, in personal and on the internet sometimes, I I will take I feel bad for people. I'm like an empath. I feel everything that people feel, and I take people under my wing because and I take that on and it makes me sick. It sometimes if you're know what an empath is or you are an empath, you know what that means. You take it on and it makes you sick. And sometimes I just can't, I don't like talking about all this stuff because I know nobody really, who the hell wants to, you want to learn art and, that kind of thing. But it's just, it is what it is. And, of course, I don't want anybody to take their life. And of course, I wish that system, our healthcare system and all helped kids and people, I should just say people, with with their mental illnesses, but they don't. I've been let down by the mental health system, and I'm being let down again with my daughter. We cannot find her. This isn't the time for that, but anyway, it's so anyway, um I take it very personally when people judge me, because they think I should be talking about something or saying something. Now, this is my channel. I cannot talk all the time about how my son lived, what was in his head. So, I can only talk how it affected us and what we did and how we lived and what we saw and experienced and all that kind of thing. I don't think um emotionally I'm okay to do that all the time. I know it's going to be 5 years and everything like that, but sometimes it's really hard. Um it's really hard. I saw I mean, I'm sure she's not going to mind me saying this, but Mary Ann McMillan, I saw the other day on her Facebook posted at her son's grave. She lost her son too. Um and it makes my heart smile, and it makes me, this is going to sound so weird, and I know she'll understand this, and I know people who have lost their children can understand this, but it brought me comfort. And I know that sounds horrible, but it brought me comfort to see somebody smiling in a situation that is not a happy situation, and it's not a fun thing to go do, and it's not, you know what I mean. Ugh, so sorry, but I said to my husband, I said, wow, I hope one day, and I know Marianne hurts every single day, we've spoken about it, but I just don't like to live there. But when I saw it, I thought, wow, I hope one day that I could truly, truly, I'm sorry, represent my son in that way. And I talk to him all the time, but it's been a rough month. It's been a rough month seeing everything and constantly being reminded, because my husband and I, and my daughter, we try to live in our head that he just moved away because it's too much. Anyway, this is ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous. Not what I wanted this to be. Totally. I am so sorry. I feel like such a. I don't even know if I'll put this up or not. But I guess it's been building. And then here, yesterday, all the helicopters and everything triggered me. And we found out that a man who lives in a town over was driving, I guess, or piloting a airplane or helicopter. And he crashed and died right here on the main road, right above, like, that's why everybody, all the helicopters and news and everything was above our house, and it was major, and that's all we heard here, and it was just a really bad day. But those things trigger me, so I have to mentally prepare myself to get on camera and talk about those kind of things, because I don't want to sit and cry the whole time. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed at all. But it's emotional, and it drains me. Ugh, oh my god. Anyway, Marianne McMillan, you rock. You rock. Because I just saw that picture, and it just, wow. It was so powerful. It was so powerful. And I don't know if you realize, and a lot of you, I know I am friends with a lot of you who have lost children in various ways, and it's a club. It's a club with beautiful people that I just don't want to be in. But I am. So, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I got off tangent there, and I don't know. I don't know. I go on because my brain is constantly going, and I'm constantly, you know, thinking about things and things that are said to me and all that. And I don't get mad anymore. I don't get mad, and I don't, you know, somebody left a comment yesterday on one of my older videos saying, a great video, but you talk way too much. And then another lady, it was two yesterday that came through my feed. Another one said, wasting, what did she say? I can't stand watching videos where people talk way too much. And I wanted to write, well, then don't fucking watch it. Like, who the hell, nasty, but I don't want to be nasty, because they don't have YouTube videos. They don't know what it's like. I do this. I can sit and edit all my videos, and I can sit and put music to all my videos, and I can make them short, and I can do all of them. But for the people who I always ask about this, because it's one of my biggest complaints that people will say to me. And I don't get many complaints, but it's always about, your videos are too long, you talk too much. And you know what? I do this because I love you guys, and the people who always comment and write me and love me sitting and talking through my videos. That's why I do it. I don't do it to get, do I feel blessed and want to get more subs? Of course. I'm not going to lie to you. So, having over 13,000 now is wonderful. I love it. It makes me so happy. that there are 13,000 people out there who actually took the minute to sub to me, saw something in me that they wanted to sub. But my heart is with everybody who says to me, I sit in art with you. It's like having a friend. I sit and listen. I love watching your videos. When I put up our videos and people will say the word that I say in it and I know that they watched it, what the heck? That's who I do it for. If there's one person out there who likes it, that's why I do it. Not to get other people to like me. If you don't like me, move on. There are so many freaking videos on YouTube and so many different ways they're done. It's how I do it, and that's how I choose to do it. And if my head gets clear and all, my longer videos that I do, I want to do shorter, like process videos with music to it for the people that want that. That's fine. But for the most part, this is what I do. This is what I do. Now I end up doing a vlog when I was doing the art, but it's been on my mind, and I saw Marianne's picture yesterday, and it's been on my mind, and just all this stuff. And I got another message today about why I don't, talk about uh, mental illness and bipolar and all that kind of stuff and more often. And honestly, there's no reason other than I just want to do my art. This is what saves me every single day. This is what gets me through the day, and helping people. And to me, helping the people that message me, helping the people that ask for my help, um, that is what my purpose is. That is what my purpose is now. This is what, I choose to do. I feel it's a purpose. That's the purpose for me. And it's what I do. So that's it. All right. Now I need a drink of water. For that's 26 minutes. You're never getting back. I just want everybody, I don't think you all know, when you guys leave me comments and when you guys message me, how much that means to me. Even if I can't message you back because I'm just having a horrible day or, whatever. When I see, I can sit and name all the same people that comment all the time that I know, that just makes me just feel so loved and special. And oh, you guys just, I can't even tell you how much it means to me. So I do this, guy. I do this for you guys, but I also do it for me to keep me sane and to help me. So, having said that, I think I will close this now because, um, and it's a little long of me just blabbing. I don't want to, make it any longer. But you guys just rock, all of you, every single one. Know that you make a difference in my life, and I know that you do it in other lives too. Um, when I hit that lottery, you guys will never have to worry about another thing. Never. Never, never. I will take care of all of you guys because you guys just take care of me every single day. I'm just so blessed. So, okay, that was emotional. I'm so sorry. But I guess this is going to be called a vlog because I really didn't do much art. But I love you guys. That's why I do giveaways, and I'm even going to do more giveaways where they're more, art related as well as more, that'll be coming up. I'll talk about that coming up. But, I get so many different kind of viewers on here who like me for different things, different reasons. And, so I like to give all the way, you know what I'm saying? All the way around for everybody. Sorry, guys. As always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. If you guys are still with me, bless your hearts. Really, bless your hearts. I wish nothing but good for you guys. And I'll see you in my next art video. Hopefully, I'll keep my mouth shut. Bye, guys.